Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lewis Speaks 2025, and today I want to talk to you all about letting go for the sake of your personal well being. You know, too many of us out here are carrying things that don't belong to us. We're carrying the weight of other people's personal decisions. We're carrying the weight of another person's stress. We're carrying the weight of someone else's irresponsibility and poor choices. We're carrying the weight of so many things, and a lot of these things don't belong to us. We take on the weight of a person's attitude. We take on the weight of their pessimistic belief systems. It's too much. It's too much. And this video is primarily for all my empaths out there, because as empaths, we have a tendency to hold on to things that's not ours. It's not ours to carry. And that's my mantra for 2025. I have to remind myself, Lewis, this is not yours to carry. This is not yours to carry. And I have to remind myself of that when in different spaces. Because sometimes you have a tendency to try to offer compassion, offer understanding, offer care and concern. And a lot of times you're holding on to things that are not yours. You're holding on to responsibilities that are not yours. See, I'm realizing that it's up to everybody to decide to change their lives. You can't change someone else's life for them. They have to change their life for themselves. And so oftentimes as empaths, we take responsibility for things that are not ours to carry. That's not our responsibility, but then we have this sense of over obligation. We feel obligated somehow. And that definitely has a lot to do with trauma and the mixed messages that we received growing up, and the faulty belief systems that we have as a result of those messages. But I'm realizing that it's our responsibility now as adults to begin to unpack all those toxic, unhelpful messages and to begin to heal and write new messages and tell ourselves new things. Because the thing about it is this: too many of us are dying early because of stress, because of aggravation, because of so many different things. You know, stress kills. Stress kills. And a lot of the stress that we have is a result of other people's stuff. We're carrying their stuff for them. You know? They check their baggage onto us while they get to roam around free. We're the ones carrying the heaviness. We're the ones feeling depleted, drained, unmotivated, listless, lethargic, tired. We're the ones doing all that emotional labor, and we have nothing to show for it except what? A thank you, some platitudes, some cheap validation here and there. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And a lot of us, empaths, especially empaths, we have a tendency to confuse carrying with caring. We tend to confuse carrying with caring. We think that, oh, we're good people if we take on the weight of so many different things. No, that doesn't make you good. That makes you a fool. Because if you claim to love yourself, right? If you claim to love yourself, you're not going to let somebody stress you out to the point of poor health, autoimmune disorders. No. I've learned a lot about stress recently, and I'm realizing the toll it takes on our bodies. You know, when you're stressed, there's two types of stress. Good stress, which is called eustress, and bad stress. A lot of us just absorb the bad stress, which spikes the cortisol levels in our bloodstreams, which is responsible for inflammation and also weight gain, weight retention, so many things. All that cortisol in our bloodstream results in inflammation, autoimmune disorders, diabetes, high blood pressure. No, all that. And all we have to show for it is a what? A tombstone? A casket? No. I always say this: I put too many oils in my hair to let somebody stress me out. I work hard on myself. I value myself. I take care of myself. I put too many oils on my hair to let somebody stress me out. Not gonna do it. I always tell myself, won't be me. Won't be me. If you want to let yourself be stressed out by people and partners and family members who really do not care about your boundaries, who really do not care about respecting you, go right ahead. Won't be me. Can't do it. Won't do it. Because like I said, I put too many oils in my hair to let somebody stress me out. I take good care of myself. And these people actually, here they want to come along and try to stress you out. Don't let them. Do not let them. You have to learn how to let people go and let situations go and let that baggage go. If they cannot check it on the overhead compartment, if they cannot check it at these agencies, well, that's too much baggage. You have to let it go. Because like I said, I work in a very stressful field, and I'm not going to be stressed out in my personal life. I refuse. I say in my adult life, I won't let somebody disrespect me. I won't let them talk to me any kind of way. I won't let them treat me any kind of way. I won't do it. I refuse. I refuse. I put too many hours in to my health, to my well-being. I'm working hard to try to do all the self-inventory. I'm working hard to make myself a better person. Just for someone to come along and think that they can undermine all that work and effort? No, I don't think so. Not gonna happen, not on my watch. You know? And many people, as you begin to take better care of yourself, many people will get angry at you. When you refuse to carry their bags, they will get angry at you. They will accuse you of being cold, selfish, the whole nine. But you have to realize something. It's not your responsibility to take care of another person. It's not. You're not their parent. You're not here to raise them. You're not here to raise an adult. No. No. You just observe who they are, and you decide whether or not you want to participate. If who they are is not in alignment with your goals, your dreams, and your purpose, you're going to have to let them go. You're going to have to. It's just that simple. You know, and a lot of people, they say, oh, you're too hard on people. You need to be more understanding. I say this. At what point does understanding become enabling? At what point does understanding become enabling? You know, you understand so much to the point where this person relies on your understanding and they continue to make poor choices. So at that moment, they're starting to exploit your understanding. See, people will do that. That's human nature. People will try to take advantage of a good thing. They'll try to continue to take. But this is where you have to set a boundary. You have to set a limit, because they won't. They will continue to take. As long as you're bleeding out, this is what I've learned as an empath. As long as you continue to bleed out, they're going to keep on putting a cup up to your veins and drinking your blood till you are nothing but a depleted mass of skin abandoned on a dry desert highway. That's exactly what they'll do. They will leave you nothing but a pile of bleached bones. Please know that. They will suck you dry, especially emotional vampires, and especially emotionally immature people. They will suck the living life out of you if you let them. But what you have to do, here's the thing, you have to say no. No is the beginning of your peace. No is the beginning of your joy. No is the beginning of your happiness. Please know that. Please know that. Because every time you say, yes, I'll do this. Yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do this. It becomes a form of enabling. And a lot of people love to benefit from your brokenness. And a lot of times we don't know how to set boundaries. My generation was not raised on boundaries. My generation was raised on holding up under the weight of another person's life, holding up under the weight of another person's choices. They make a bad choice. If we love them, that means that we have to share their consequences. If we love them, that means that we have to help alleviate and protect them from their consequences. No, you don't have to do that. Part of setting a boundary is letting people have their consequences. They make poor choices, then there's a natural consequence that happens as a result of those poor choices. You refuse to save money, you want to spend your money recklessly, okay, that's fine. Then when you don't have money for the rent, you can't come to me. You can't come to me because, like I said, poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. I love that statement. Poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. Because I tell you, people, they will suck you dry and they will then try to accuse you when you set a boundary and you say no. Oh, you selfish. You don't ever help. You don't ever do this. Okay, that's fine. You can call me every name in the book. That's okay. And like I said, from now on, I'm going to distance myself from you. That's what I do. I distance myself from irresponsible people because I realize that they'll do nothing but drag you down. If you continue to hang out with that irresponsible friend who always gets drunk on the weekends, who always is in a fight, who is always getting locked up, who is always mismanaging their money, you're going to find that you share their consequences. You're going to find that you basically are always giving out, and you're never growing. Nah, you need to start hanging out with people that are on your level. The Bible says iron sharpens iron. When you hang out with iron, you get stronger. But when you hang out with aluminum, you crumble. No thanks. Can't do it. Can't do it. Like I said earlier, I put too many oils in my hair to allow someone to treat me like I'm less. I can't let somebody treat me bad anymore. I can't do it. There comes a point in your life where you just can't. You just say, I can't do it. I can't. I not even if I allowed myself. I can't let somebody treat me like less. I can't let someone get away with treating me like less. And I encourage you all to adopt the same philosophy. Do not allow anybody to treat you like you're less. Don't do it. Because you work way too hard. A lot of us have worked so hard to pull ourselves out of holes. We pulled ourselves up from our bootstraps, pulled ourselves out of dark places, only to have somebody else pull us back in. Don't think so. Can't do it. Can't do it. So in that situation, you have to let them go. You know, there's a new philosophy, and it was discussed by Mel Robbins. She has a book out there called Let Them. And that's not an act of permissiveness. It's not just passive, no. It's realizing that you have no control over another person's behavior, and you can let them do what they want to do. Of course, they won't do it with you because you have a boundary that you set with yourself, but let them. They want to constantly be late to appointments with you. They don't want to value your time. Let them. Let them. But they won't do it with me. You want to sit up there and spend your money up and drink alcohol and get drunk every single weekend. You want to do that? That's fine. That's your life, not mine. And I'm not paying for anyone else's choices anymore. Not doing it. Do you know how freeing that is? How freeing it is to release yourself from the bondage of over concern. Because as empaths, we are overly concerned about everybody else. If only we would be able to give that concern to ourselves, do you know how successful we would be? A lot of our success is being tied up in caring too much about someone else. Your success story is waiting on you. Your success story is waiting for you to receive it, but you can't receive it because your hands are too full of somebody else's baggage. You're too busy carrying somebody else's bags to receive your blessing. And so many of us don't even know the amount, the abundance that is waiting for us. The abundance, our wings are waiting. They're waiting for us to pick them up, put them on, and fly and soar. But too many times, we're out there picking up bags, picking up this person's bag, picking up that person's bag, picking up this person. No, give them their bags. Here, take your bags. If you don't want to unpack your bags, if you're not motivated to do that, if you lack that awareness and that motivation to actually do the work, to go to therapy, to read, to study, to journal, to meditate, to reflect, if you lack the motivation to engage in those necessary tools and use the tools, well, baby, I can't help you. I can no longer help you. You got to do the work, because so many of us are wasting our time helping somebody who's not ready for our help. So many of us are wasting our lives on people that are not motivated to change. And sometimes you have to help people get motivated to change. And what helps people get motivated to change? By you deciding to no longer carry their bags. By them living the consequences of their poor choices and hopefully learning lessons. For many of us, we fear that the lesson might be the grave. And I hate to say this, but it's going to be the truth. For some people, the grave is their bottom. For some people, a casket is their lesson. And that's their lesson. That's how it has to be. Don't let yourself get to that point where a casket has to be your lesson. Don't let yourself get to that point where an early grave has to be your consequence and your bottom. Don't let yourself get to that point, because if you do, that's on you. That's on you. Like I said, let them. They want to do what they want to do. They don't want to change. They don't want to accept and receive the constructive feedback that you have to offer. Okay. Because here's the truth. You can't control how a person receives information. You can't control another person's level of readiness. If they're not ready for change, they're not going to change, period. They have to be ready. And for some people, they have to have a really, really life-changing experience, either positive or negative, in order to motivate them to change. So once again, that's their responsibility. That's not yours. Let it go. That's not yours to carry. Please adopt that mindset. Please adopt that. That is not yours to carry. That's not mine to carry. When I'm sitting with clients in session, a lot of times what they're saying to me is very heavy. And you could find yourself almost getting lost in their story, but then you have to dial it back. Wait a minute. That's not mine to carry. So I hope that this is very helpful for those, especially for my empaths out there. Because I know that it's rough, because we have a tendency to absorb the energies around us. We have a tendency to always pick up on things and just pick up on the frequencies around us. And sometimes, especially in this world nowadays, there's a lot of negative, chaotic frequencies that are around us. And so we have to learn better ways to take care of ourselves. And one of those ways is to create an emotional shield, a force field, an impenetrable force field that doesn't allow anybody else's negativity, anybody else's choices, anybody else's bad decisions to affect us. Bring in the good, let out the noise. Once again, having that filter. Learning how to filter in the good, because a lot of us, we go from one extreme to the next, where we don't allow the good in because we're so afraid of absorbing the bad. No, you have to be able to let the good in. Allow yourself to feel joy. Allow yourself to feel loved, and allow that love to pour into you. But also have a boundary and have a limit and have a filter. When they start getting negative, when they start trying to drain you, when they start trying to burden you with their baggage, that's when you have to put up your shield. No. And like I said, no is the beginning of your joy. No is the beginning of your peace. Please begin to say no more, and you will see miraculous changes in your life. And then if they say no to you back, if they want to retaliate, if they want, that's fine. Because trust, there's more than one road to success. Their no is a million yeses that are waiting. But once again, you hold on to the resentment, the anger, the baggage. Let it go. Say, okay, that's fine. There are a million yeses waiting for me. The moment that you release yourself from another person's dysfunction, you're going to see so many doors open for you. So many beautiful doors open. It's going to be amazing. But you have to first be willing to take that initial step of letting go. So I hope this video was helpful, y'all. Definitely subscribe, leave comments. Let me know your experiences with letting go. And also, if you have any tools or suggestions, I welcome them all. Thank you so much, y'all. Peace.